Through the years there had been occasional madness. A hospitalization when, just after Eleanor's birth, her father had opened the door to the bathroom to find his wife attempting to drown their new daughter. In Eleanor's own memory there had been signs of it, too. Maternal affection overwhelming, assaultive, given and withdrawn with equal caprice. She remembered her mother leaving, sometimes for days, and returning unwashed, unspeaking, exhausted. Afterward there would be stretches of normalcy, an uneasy equilibrium struck. But lately, her father had said, the spells had grown more frequent and lasting. Discrete clouds merging, blotting the sun. "It's good of you to have visited, Button." At the kitchen table he spoke. With his hands he wiped away tears from his face. "Oh, Daddy," Eleanor said. She had come back to see about him, not revealing her intention to stay. She had boarded all through her grammar school years, glumly accepting the necessity of it, and now had lived for years at a distance, persisting in a spoiled affair. The police had been altered already. They'd stood about, not urgent in manner. A grown woman could not be compelled to come home. "She's unwell," Mr. Cartwright had said. "But you say she's done this before, and she's taken money and clothes?" They would merely keep out an eye. The standard reports would be filed. "I'll be all right, Button, I will. It's all right," he assured her. "Go on with your life." But she found she scarcely knew what that meant. She hadn't left much behind in the city. A few friends, her erstwhile lover. Cheaply she took a small flat in Glass, on the outskirts where dwellings stood in meek rows, and a B picture house had fallen to ruin. In the damp, dingy space of her rooms, she tried to arrange the details of her life. On her desk, a book where she kept her accounts, a typewriter, a photograph of her mother taken in one happy stretch between spells. In the pantry, just enough food for the week. Fruits and vegetables rationed with care. Her bed was pushed far into a corner, a sensible twin with a wrought-iron frame. And in the dresser, a small bag of grass, the remains of what had been 1/8 of an ounce. She applied to Mercy's maternity ward, having worked in reception at a clinic in town. The woman there said there wasn't a place, but she might need assistance in specialty care. "Neonatal, that is," she said, lifting her eyes. Beatrice, it said on her breast. Eleanor nodded and said that was fine. "Reception, a few other menial things. That's if we don't have enough volunteers." Days she would move from one room to the next, regard infants like sea creatures washed onto shore, writhing in a vain effort to swim. Their fingers strained against something unseen. Their skin was as pale and thin as wet cloth. She watched as they moved in that way, at times overwhelmed by tenderness for them, the unlikeliness, the accident of their lives. She hadn't been loved by the man in the city, nor by the men who had come before him. Travelling to and from Mercy, she knew this. She rode a blue bike, bought second-hand. At night, fog settled onto the road. She'd been thought beautiful, that was all. Lovely, her pale eyes had often been called. Her black hair, the childish turn of her mouth. Perhaps it was the dull practicality of her, the way she wasn't given to dream. In every affair she'd been trying it on. A weak effort at madness, romance. She considered this, too, riding about, how she'd only thought to run as far as the sea. From her first days back, she would see him in town, the old vagrant picking trash from the road. Often she noticed people like him. One day he was near the marina. The next he was outside the chemist on Lynn. She didn't know why his image remained, only that it was insistently there. His curiosity when he lifted an item, his pleasure when he turned it about in his hand. Specialty.